So, the love of my life, my better half pointed out a while ago that I had my own behavioral psychology i- is oppositional when in different types of positions. For example, my ingrained responses are so deeply conditioned that even in a cross position as adversarial, that I tend to be kind of hard charger, and although yes, I'll own everything that is, but it's not. Well, I'll own everything that side of me is pridefully, and I mean that in all the double-edged sword splendor. Um, it's not who I am. I, as passionate as I am, you know, as hard as I am equally that soft. And instead of just thinking of things in one dimension, like, one, we're lucky if we consider the other side's view, but if we actually think of it like a radiating ripple effect outward, all the way around, we, our, every action has an equal opposite reaction, and our behavior has significant actions and reactions. And anyway, to be head to head with me, to be across from me like this is, I tend to default to adversarial. And I don't want to. One, this whole thing isn't about me, it's about you. Two, trust me, I'd be much happier in Nepal. I am sticking this out because I love my brothers. I don't want to fight. I want to love. I mean, trust me, I have overcome enough adversity. This is about teaching, because I do believe that God kept me alive, and I stand on the fact that I'm standing. Because I love. Because I love. And I don't want. That wasn't me angry. None of that before was me angry. That was just me being direct and honest. Um, that's just a peek at my other side. So don't lose perspective. But you know what? Feel free for anyone of interest to look in any aspect of my life. I would I would request sensitivity in my personal life. Um that's just all I'm going to say. Having lived the kind of a life I have, ripple effects. And quite often I was the one caught in the ripple. So be gentle, and I would highly recommend avoiding transgression. Especially because my purpose for being kept alive was to teach all this. Oh my God, and that's right, that's why I thought about wanting to do it this way. Okay, so I wake up. Oh God, that's a bad idea. I, huh. Wow. Okay, that's unfortunate because it would have been really cool to just lay back and talk as if I were my better half. Let's try this a different way. Oh shit. Okay. Well, you know what? Bam. There we go. Okay. So, you know what? This really isn't about me. And it was never meant to be about me. I would much, much rather just kick back and teach, you know? And the reason why I have utmost faith is because of last night. Yesterday entirely, actually. Today is O Dark 30 Monday, and yesterday was Sunday, and I had the faith and went and did the whole Mount Vernon Unitarian Universalist Church thing, which I was too pridefully stubborn to. Well, no, actually, I was not prideful and I was not stubborn. I was I was in the midst of managing extreme anxiety, and I missed I missed what I was sent to look for. But that's okay because I realized it a couple hours later and I had a second. Okay, so when I was at the church, a person from my building showed up. Um Now because I had never seen her there, and she and I are pretty good. I was like, "Oh wow, how excited." But I was in a public space and blah blah blah, and so I was really just trying to keep my shit together, right? And I thought that I was drawn to the church for the church. I missed that it could have just been as simple as running into one of my neighbors. And by the time I was able to get back, and I mean back in a controlled environment where I'm alone with my dog and I don't really have any anxiety, I was able to calm myself and quiet myself enough to realize she was the reason I was called to go. And she lives in the building and she's married to a ranger. And you know what? If anything, I need my family. I need soldiers to carry out operations, and but the whole church thing didn't quite go as planned, and was very stressful for me. So I was like, God, why was I supposed to do that? Because, I was just so frustrated, and I felt demoralized, honestly, because it was an overwhelming experience for me. Um and okay, I'm a good soldier. I follow orders, right? Move out. Came back, was chilling, felt moved to go to a friend's house for a few hours. I went over to a friend's house where I completely unknowingly, unexpectedly, we're all hanging out having like these well, I guess it's not a conversation. Everybody's just sitting back listening to me asking questions and crap, and I'm explaining the lineup, execution, and historical reliance, well, not reliance, but examples of um, a psycho-political economic war and how to execute, and how no shots fired, advertising, marketing, public relations, bam, and so she and I, it turns into, most of the rest of the people just sort of hanging out listening because she's constantly asking me questions. We're in this back and forth, and she's like, wow, 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 wow. Okay. And then her and her husband got to go and, reservations or something. And my friend's talking to me and he's like, yeah, she's an economist. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, she writes this article, blah, blah, blah. She's an economist. And I'm like, wow, holy gosh. I'm trying to watch my mouth. Um, you mean I just explained the historical facts of observation, Hitler, Lenin, the Kim regime, and analyzed what's a cult of personality and the strategic uh how to set it up and execute, and how there's there's not really any way to combat it, because an idea can't be unthought, because words can't be taken back, because me just having the conversation with whoever that random woman I didn't know was at the time, words are said. They're like bullets. Once they're out, you can't take them back, right? And that is what feeds back into the cycle of what I'm calling a catch 23. I mean, a catch 33 instead of and I had to explain to her a catch 22 being damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. There's no right option. Well, catch 33 being the only right options to choose from are the ones I give you, because I just laid a social minefield. And if you want your own self-destruction, by all means, stay or try and go through any other path other than what I've given you. Because where you are right now would be the safest option. Um, but you can't deny, because I'm using facts of your own actions. Um, which means you're already screwed by yourself, because as soon as you took the action that you would be ashamed of, holy wowzers, you just gave me leverage. And guess what? I got no shame. I got nothing to hide. I've got no secrets. Good luck, have fun. The only thing I demand is that you have respect, courtesy, and compassion for others. Of course, extend mine more closely to those around me, but I would also expect humanity to have these other sins as well. And to an economist, holy God, I was like freaking out afterwards. I'm like, what? You mean I just explained all this to who? And so I'm at my friend's house with the friends, and I'm explaining how I have used Young Living essential oils to monetize values through using nature, then prop it up with the platform of religion, politics, and business. Take your pick. Protect it with veterans by using the free speech and the fact that we are who we are. So by nature, anything that we overcome is part of our experience, and thus free speech, and anything that helped us to overcome it is also covered by free speech. Bam. I have got tied up nice tight little bow, I mean, I'm putting in the final touches, ready to launch, and I'm giving away all of these businesses and such because one, I need people that are gonna act. I need people that are gonna carry shit forward. I need people that are gonna actually make money, because I'm busy. I'm in the rear with the gear, playing puppeteer. I mean, psychological warfare, manipulators of the world. And you know what? If you actually believe that it's illegal on foreign soil, then you should stop and realize the worthless import of labels. Hold on. Sorry, honey. My bad. I was my pillow slid down and I was laying flat because I like to lay flat, but it doesn't like me. Okay, so masses, world, public consumption. What I've decided to do, because I love having these conversations with my better half. I love it, and I love that my better half, his twin brother has his brother I don't look anything alike, so his brother. Um, his brother, my my better half is incredibly smart. Um, and wow. Okay, so much like I had never, until him, never met someone that I didn't have to hold back around. You know, I mean, I have spent my entire life intellectually feeling like Superman playing football. And he's already holding back, you know, and he's just starting to have fun, right? And his dad's like, "We gotta go home. You're not playing anymore. You're never playing again. You know, wow." And he's like, "But dad, I was holding back." Anyway, um, my better half is the first person I have ever met that I don't have to hold back around. And and he the same. We're two rare birds. Um and so anyway, his sibling um had this like catchphrase thing. Bananas, okay, is like a polite safe word to say, "Dude, you're talking over my head and you're boring me, just stop. Change the topic." You know? And a few days later, cuz I love Gru, um the Minions, the Despicable Me. Okay. I love Despicable Me, right? And I was out doing some shopping at a store. Anyway, I was out doing some shopping, and there was a T-shirt where the little minions and they're like bananas, you know, and I'm like, oh my god. So I of course buy it, and then the next day, you know, he shows up, and I'm like, I'm wearing the shirt, you know, and he's like, yeah, I mean it's, oh no. My favorite is when he goes, you know, I mean, because I just, when I get that, that means I just intellectually cornered him. I mean, oh, and I love that he does it to me too. I mean, so yeah. Anyway, you can tell just by how I talk, you know, that, oh, where's my monkey hat? I mean, I much prefer. It is who I am. It is my heart, it is my soul, and I am much happier being this person. You know, I mean, this this is a this is the person that could be in uniform with my boys, you know, and where we're walking across, right? And I'm like, "Hey, what's a pirate's favorite letter? Arr!" Oh my gosh. You should see like a four-man team, right? You know, I guess three men and me, whatever, right? Labels. Anyway, um, arr. But you know what? There's enough seriousness in life already. And trust me, if we've got the uniform on, we know exactly what that means. It means all the more that we need to be lighthearted, funny. It means all the more we need to release. It means all the more why a bunch of service members trapped in the middle of nowhere with music and a camera will find a way to entertain themselves. You know, you may have only had a pine cone and a spoon, but damn it, you had a pine cone and a spoon. Entertain yourself. No, it's not an option. Even in your own happiness. No, it's not an option. No is an option only if you allow it to be. My love, you know how I'm constantly writing you texts and emails and all that stuff to help you keep such innocence while you walk such a fine line. I've told you I wanted to share that wisdom with the world, and then that I feel like that's a large part of what I've been called to do. I'm a conduit. You know, I run on instinct and orders. Only finally I'm receiving orders from a source I respect and I have utmost faith in. You know, and God's about love, and God sent me you. So I could finally learn what love was. Unconditional, no labels, true love. And so I think how I empower myself I gotta sit up. Oh, shit. What was that, like 3 minutes? See, I just naturally slide down off my pillow. Anyway, oh shit. Mm. Some of it stays hanging in the back, so it's like it clings to the uvula and then just anyway, I gotta wrap this up because I would be getting frustrated even if my lover were here. Point being, I think the way I'm going to peacefully, lovingly do this moving forward, very specifically so that it is not about me, is going to be as if I were speaking to my better half, with my better half. Speaking to my better half, with my better half. Ooh, think about the math on that. We might actually be getting into golden ratio. Well, I might actually have stumbled along the right answer. Because everything has duality except for God. I won't say happy hunting, because I would never say that to my lover. Your happiness matters to me. I'm not going to drop the L word. I'm going to be much, much more direct, specific, and poignant. Your happiness matters to me.